Hi everyone, how are you today? If you're here, say hello, wave. Tell me one thing that you're grateful for today. Either something that happened to you or something you did. Um, I'd love to hear it. So today's cards have a theme, so I'm actually not going to do a live tomorrow unless I'm called to. I'm going to spend the day doing some stuff around the house and spending time with my family. So I thought I'd pop in tonight, and um, I kind of feel for me, I'm more inspired in the morning and in the evenings. I kind of get tired and drained, especially if I've been watching the news or I have the radio on and it keeps interrupting with news. It kind of brings us down. So I thought I would pop in tonight and do a live and do the cards. And hopefully it will inspire you tonight and help you through the day tomorrow as well. These cards are actually all inspiring. It's like you guys have been doing the work, and now it's time to, okay, where do we go next? So the first card that is from my well-being deck says, I want to feel good. Hi, Catherine. How are you? Hi, Noreen. Gee, are all you guys stuck at home or something? Hi, Michelle. So I'm going to read the description on the message on this card. Today, no matter where I'm going, no matter what I'm doing, no matter who I'm doing it with, it is my dominant intention to see that which I am wanting to see. So this is all about how we set our intentions. So we create our path, we create our future, and we need to focus on where we want to be and how we want to feel. Yeah, we need to work on the other stuff too, but that's the small stuff. And one of the things I find is when I'm struggling the most is actually bringing me to a higher growth. What are you laughing at, Noreen? About everyone being home tonight on a Saturday night? This is the norm for me, so. The next card that comes up is, this is from my numerology deck. Hi, Carm, how are you? This card is called Individuality. So we are all unique. We are all our own being. We create our reality. We create our path. We create our experiences that we have in life. Some things come up that we can't control, but we can control how we respond to those. And how many of you go out to the grocery store and you're in a great mood, and by the time you are starting to put your groceries in the car, you either feel angry or sad or upset. You're feeling all these emotions that aren't yours. So many of us pick up everyone else's vibe, and a lot of us, especially those that work in direct service with people, so we're providing service, we're helping others, a lot of us are empaths. So we're picking up everybody's stuff. We can feel it. And some of us will feel it like, okay, I'm back. I don't know, my internet just went wonky. So many of us feel other people's stuff, and it's really important for us to understand what is ours and what belongs to others. So I don't know if you ever noticed, but I wear a lot of crystals. I wear crystals all the time. Crystals are, they're very healing. They can help us with protection. They can help our energy field, which is around our body. So it's important for us to understand things that we can do to help ourselves. Do you ever hear people talk about connecting with nature? So I like to call it grounding. Yes, I love my crystals too, Michelle. So I like to stand outside barefoot is the best, but whatever, you got to work with whatever you have. But I always like to stand with my feet flat on the ground and visualize like roots from a tree going into the ground and just connecting with that ground. Some people like to anchor from their root chakra and visualize energy coming from the root chakra right into the core of the earth, which grounds them. It helps to make us feel calm. feel connected, feel balanced. And that can help us, along with crystals, when we're going out and we're going to be around other people, especially people that might be struggling with things. Yes, Noreen, it's putting your shields up. Another thing I like to visualize, and I do this a lot in my day-to-day work, is I will visualize white light coming from above and coming through my crown chakra, the top of my head, and through my body. And I just visualize that white light surrounding me. I might surround my house, my community, but it's that energy, that healing energy, that protection energy that we want to have, so that we're feeling our stuff. I find so many people get drained, especially like right now. I can't imagine being a doctor, nurse, a PSW, somebody who's working on a regular basis with people who are really struggling. And then you've got the heightened fear that the media is putting out there. So that just exasperates that energy even more. So trying to be in that for a regular work shift or an extended work shift, it's all about our energy and being able to put those shields up and to be able to feel calm and know that in this moment we are safe. And I find a lot of times I work with a lot of people who struggle emotionally. So I always look at it as I need to do this for me so that I can help them. If I'm picking up all of their energy and how they're feeling, I'm not able to help them. So I need to be in my highest good to be able to make a difference and help others. The next card that came up is from my How to Love Yourself cards, is I have the power to make change. So I'm going to read this one. I actually haven't read this one before. Every habit and pattern I create serves me in some way. When I am ready to let it go, the universe will help me release it. So when they talk about patterns in our life, we have a lifetime of experiences, both good and bad. And a lot of the things that happen to us, things that we would look at as bad, we allow those to define us and define who we are. And that's not how we define ourselves. We are the ones who need to define ourselves based on who we believe we are, not about other people's perception, because they're struggling with their own stuff. And a lot of times people will project their stuff onto us, and it's not helpful. But it shows what they're struggling with. So being able to recognize what is ours and what isn't, being able to step into our own power and learn to love ourselves. We are all unique, we are all worthy, and we are all here to learn and grow. That's our purpose here, and learn to grow in love. I'm all about love, so whether it's self-love or showing love to others, there's no need for us. I always find if I feel angry with something or I feel really frustrated, instead of projecting it out on others, I go within. Like, what is this triggering in me? Why am I feeling this way? It might pull up a memory from the past, something I need to work through and let go. Oh, thank you, Noreen. Which card next? The next two are really cool. They're both about visualizing. So I don't know if any of you meditate. Meditation takes, for me, it took a lot of practice. I'm an overthinker, and I've always been motivated by stress. So that was one of the big things I changed about myself, and stress no longer motivates me. I work in peacefulness now, which has been a huge shift for me. I feel so much calmer, so much more laid back in being able to help others. Oh, that's awesome, Carmelina. So the next two cards are about visualizing. So with meditation, I like to use it to just quiet my mind and be calm, but we can also use it to visualize. Now, I used to be an overthinker too. So if we just sit and take 3 deep breaths in and out and just feel calm. So just letting things go. And what I like to do is I'm not one to visualize with pictures. I'm more of how I want to feel. So I'll take a few deep breaths and I will sit and feel, and I always try and feel it right here in my heart. Feel that excitement, that love, that joy. And that's the energy I'm putting out to the universe. And as I do that, they're going to bring me, the universe is going to send me experiences that are going to be in alignment with what I'm putting out. So if I'm going to sit here stressed and scared and not want to move because I feel like I'm going to be in panic, the universe is going to say, oh, is that what you want? Okay, we'll send you some of that. Oh, and you're really stressed. So you know what? We'll send you a big scoop of that. So I try not to dwell on that stuff. I work through it, but I visualize how I want to feel. And that's the energy that I'm setting those intentions. I'm putting that out. Robin, about meditation. It took me 3 weeks of sitting 5 minutes at a time before I could even quiet my mind to sit. So just be patient with yourself, be gentle, and it will come. It takes practice. So these 2 cards, by visualizing my desired outcome, the perfect action is always inspired. So I'll read the message on this one. As your inner desire to feel good leads you to thoughts that feel good, the perfect action will be inspired from that alignment. So it's all about bringing ourselves into that alignment. And that inspired action is always joyful. So we want to work through and get to those experiences. And as we bring ourselves into alignment, when things come to us that we might not be expecting, know that sometimes we need to go through that stuff to have that growth. So don't let it get you all stressed out and throw you out of alignment. The key is to try and stay in alignment and work through that other stuff that comes up. There's always something, whether it's releasing a pattern or working through one of those life lessons that we came here to learn. This is how we grow. And I always find for me, the biggest struggle I have has given me the most growth. So don't let yourself get all stressed about it. It's about dealing with things from a place of calmness, a place of love. So we need to get ourselves there to get into alignment. The angel card that came up is about visualizing success. See yourself doing well in this situation and have faith in a positive outcome. So again, visualizing. It's setting our intentions and putting it out to the universe on what we want. These ones all kind of go together as well. My butterfly card is seeking and finding. So this is all about finding ourselves. I remember probably about 10 or more years ago feeling really, really stuck in life. I always knew I had a purpose and never knew what it was and really struggled with, well, what am I supposed to do? You know, I see these people with talents and they're doing what they love. And I really thought at one time I loved what I was doing, but I knew there was still more. So as I started to go within is when I started to discover myself and the things that bring me happiness. And I've always worked in areas where I was able to help others. But now doing this for myself and being able to be true and honor who I am and my beliefs that I can help others has been life-changing for me. So I always urge people to figure out what it is. Find yourself. Figure out what those gifts are. And if you go and look back on your life, all these experiences that you have are really the tools that you've been learning all the way to embrace your path. So for me, I find a lot of people that I help are struggling with their mental health, are struggling with addiction. They've got all of these things in their past that I have a lifetime of training in. So I'm finding that I can relate, I can help people, the ones that are struggling in those areas. And I have a whole line of mental health issues in my family. And I struggled at some point as well. And what I've learned from that, a large part of it is we're not honoring ourselves. We're not being true to who we are and who we want to be. And then we get stuck. So it's learning to use our inner voice to connect with ourselves and be who we are. It's all about raising our energy vibration. When we are working in that, when we start to struggle, our energy vibration lowers and then we struggle more. And the universe sees us struggling and says, oh, you want to struggle? Here, I'll send you some more things to struggle with. So we want to make sure that we're finding ourselves, learning about ourselves and growing from there. I had actually taken a workshop in journaling a few years ago. And one of the tasks that we were given to do was we took a sheet of paper and we drew a line right across the middle. And at the left-hand side, we put our age 0. And at the right-hand side, we put our current age, so 25. And then we plotted things that happened in our life, events. So we would put our age in the event. And creating this lifeline of what we've been through in our lives and our experiences. And you can start to see patterns in there. It kind of gives you clues in things that you need to overcome, things that are experiences that are there that are going to help you in the future, and trying to understand all of that. And for me, it was really helpful in learning about myself and maybe why certain things trigger me because of situations from the past and being able to work through those. One of the biggest things I learned a few years ago was I was 13 and my uncle passed away tragically. He was only 24 and we were very close. And for me, I was never allowed to grieve when he passed because the adults were all grieving. So it was like the kids needed to be quiet. We were always being distracted, so we didn't upset I didn't upset my mom. So we were never allowed to express our emotions and grieve. So after that, every death in the family, I never was allowed to grieve because of that one experience. So being able to understand all of that and work through it, it was a lot of work, but I was able to work through it and understand and able to grieve and express my emotions. I bet there's a lot of us out there that grew up not being able to express our emotions unless they were happy. You know, we weren't allowed to get angry. We weren't allowed to cry. Those are the things we were told, you know, we were asked to be quiet or we were sent to our room. So being able to do that freely and in a healthy way is something that's really important for us. The next card, these two are both my goddess cards. So this card is about creative spark. So figuring out what motivates us. So what motivates you? What inspires you? One of the things I like to do is I like to shut down left brain functions when I'm trying to work on stuff for myself. So I will get creative with things. So whether it's, hi Allison, how are you? So getting creative, I actually went and bought paints. So now I will pull out paints. Yes, Noreen, kids were to be seen and not heard. That was my grandmother's favorite thing to say to us. So we weren't allowed to express ourselves. So I pull out paints and I paint now. Not that I'm selling them in galleries or anything. What I find though is when I'm painting, when I'm coloring, it actually opens up our creative side, our right brain. And for me, it really helps me to relax, to unwind, and let my mind open so that I can be more in tune with myself and who I am, and not all that left brain chatter that goes on. So being able to do that, finding our creative spark. So gardening is another great thing, being out in nature and doing things. I love working in my gardens, and I just have flower gardens here. But I love working out in the soil, and it's just so freeing to be able to do those kinds of things. You know, taking my dog for a walk, something need to do more of and haven't been. But those kinds of things really help us to quiet our mind and to open our creativity, to allow those other thoughts to flow freely and inspire ourselves. The other goddess card, they both fell out together, so I thought I'd pull them both in for your cards for today, is the card of potential. So how many of you always set goals for yourself, but the goals are small. You need to think bigger. So last Easter, I had my grandkids over and we made boxes that we put all our intentions in. I think I have mine here. So we painted boxes the one day and painted Easter eggs. Then the next day we decorated our boxes and then we filled them with notes. So the notes were things that, setting our intentions. So what are some of the things that we want to bring into our lives? I would love to see some of your artwork, Catherine. I saw you talk about painting before the other day in one of the posts in our group. So setting intentions are our dreams, our visions. We always put ourselves in this box and we think this is where we can be, when if we remove those limitations we put on ourselves, we can open that box. There is no box. The sky is the limit. We can do whatever it is we want. We can invite all of that into our lives. One of the things my grandson wrote on his notes for setting his intentions is, I want to make the basketball team at school. And I said to him, well, okay, that's great for this year because he knows he's going to make it. But I said, what about, I want to be an NBA player? Well, yeah, I never thought about that, but that's hard, Grandma. I said, but if you don't create that intention, you're never going to want to reach that goal. So thinking big. There's enough abundance for all of us in the world. There's no shortage. And the last card that I'm pulling, this is one that some of us might have to work on. Hi, Margaret. How are you? Is accepting compliments. This was a tough one for me. And I still struggle with it. If someone compliments me, I have a hard time accepting that. Sometimes it just makes me uncomfortable. So I'm going to read the message on this one. The next time someone gives you a compliment, say thank you. Hi, Amanda. Don't shrug it off, play it down, or reject the gift. You'll be denying yourself and the giver the opportunity to share in a moment of gratitude and love. Exercise your self-esteem and soak it in, superstar. Think of compliments as little confidence-boosting soul vitamins. You are worthy of praise. This is a really great card to end the cards on today. Accepting compliments makes the other person feel good too. It's all about us supporting each other, empowering each other, building each other up. We are here to live the lives we want. We're here to fulfill our dreams. And we allow everyone else to tell us how we're supposed to do that. Oh, thank you, Margaret. Were you sewing the masks today? Hi, Michelle. How are you doing with the oils? So I don't know how many of you struggle with accepting compliments, but it's something for all of you to work on. Including myself, I still find I blush a little, or I feel like my face gets really hot if someone compliments me. But learning to accept those compliments and to give compliments. It feels so good to say something good to someone else. I was actually out today. I went to get groceries and yes, dreaming big, Amanda. Actually, Amanda and I have some exciting news. Oh, it's 10:10. Awesome. Amanda and I, we both work together. We created a company called Shine, and we actually got our business license this week. So we're going to be working on a whole bunch of online stuff for people. Oh, I'm glad you like the oils, Michelle. That's awesome. And Michelle and I practice social distancing with the oils too. Which was weird. I couldn't give her a hug and it felt so wrong. So we're going to be putting a lot of coaching stuff together for people, group stuff online. We want to be able to help others. Some of it will be free. Some of it will be sign up and either pay or by donation. We're still trying to sort all that out. We really like the in-person stuff. But to be able to do it online is something we need to do it. We need to keep inspiring people. We need to keep lifting them up. There's so much out there that's bringing people down, and I get that everybody struggles. I was talking about being at the grocery store today. So I pulled up to Zehrs at the Penn Center, and I had ordered groceries like a week and a half ago. So I pulled up and called them and sat there and waited, and there was like 20 people in line waiting to get in the grocery store, and everyone looked horrified. I mean, who would have thought you'd have to line up and be like 6 feet minimum apart from people just to go in and get your groceries? It was kind of frightening. I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone, and I've been isolating myself for the last couple of weeks because my son got sick at work, and then I got sick. So we've been in isolation. So, and I had to stop at the grocery store yesterday to grab a couple of things because we were running out of food. And to see the tape on the floors telling you what direction to go, I almost felt like I was a robot, or I was in a factory on a conveyor belt on a line. Just really, really unhuman things. So that really can escalate the fear that people are having. Just very, very odd. I went to take my daughter to get some groceries today, and we went to Food Basics because we figured Walmart would be crazy. And Food Basics had about 30 to 40 people waiting to go in the store. And I said, you're going to be standing here for like an hour or two to get groceries. You need to start ordering online. So then we went to Sobeys, and there was no lineup. So she went in and grabbed a few things there, but I'm trying now to be more organized because I know if we go look online, we're probably a week or 2 weeks out from being able to get something if you order it online through a grocery store. So trying to get organized can save us some of that anxiety, some of that fear. And just trying to plan ahead and stay organized. I would love to be able to, those people that are out working, and I know a lot of them are working extra hours because people are getting sick, to be able to do something for them, to be able to go get their groceries for them, even if they're ordering them, to go pick them up and bring them to them. Just something, because I can't imagine having to work a full shift or an extra shift and then have to worry about providing groceries and everything for myself or my family. That has to be exhausting and overwhelming, especially wherever you go, there's people that are fearful. A lot of people won't even make eye contact, and it's just kind of disturbing. It was really, really odd for me. So I can't wait for things to kind of ease up there, but I think we're going to be in this for a little while longer. Trying to think of what else. What I'm going to leave you with today is look at what inspires you. What can you do for yourself? There was 80 people at Costco on Thursday, Noreen. That is unreal. Oh, and Margaret says other countries have been doing this for years. I just can't imagine. It just felt so unfriendly. I'm going to leave things on a good note. I went out this morning to empty out put my seats down in my van so that when I went and got groceries, they wouldn't have to worry about coming close in contact or anything. And there was a bag hanging on my mailbox, and I opened it, and there was a note from one of my neighbors, and it's a neighbor I haven't met, and they had put hand sanitizer in there they went and bought some of those industrial grade sanding masks, gloves. There was a shield there, a plastic shield. And they just put all that together and said, in case you need to go to work or you need to go get groceries so that you're safe. And I thought that was really, really neat. My son is going back to work on Monday and is absolutely terrified. So I said to him, if you want to use these for work, go ahead. If not, then we'll find someone else that can use them. I keep hand sanitizer in my car, and I don't go out very much. So I'm not worried, but he's dealing with the public in his job. And so for him, even if it's just for him to feel safe, that's the important thing for me. He's an empath that doesn't listen to any of my filtering and protection stuff. So he goes into work and deals with angry customers and takes on all that stuff. So for him, this will help him, hopefully, at least give him some peace of mind. Oh, do you hear the dogs barking, Amanda? They're upstairs. They're loud. So find what it is that is creative for you and go with it. Try something new. Don't be afraid. Whatever you have in your home right now, if there's something creative you can do it. And if you're struggling with meditation, short little periods of time. I think the first time I sat to meditate, I lasted 2 minutes and went, oh my God, I can't sit still. Yes, thank you for making the masks, Margaret. That is awesome. So find what it is you can do. And it's not, sometimes we need to find things that just bring us calmness. So maybe there's something you can do before you meditate. For me, I always sit down and just take a few deep breaths. I might put music on really low. Carolyn, I always fell asleep when I tried meditation too. That was the other side of it. So now I try, when I meditate, I do it in the morning. And I usually I have a timer. So I downloaded a free meditation app and it plays sounds. So, it does it for each chakra. So each one is 10 minutes. So I can listen to it and then it dings when it's done. So then I know I've been sitting for 10 minutes. And then if I fall asleep, it usually will wake me up. And for any of you who want to work on meditation, who want to work on gratitude, creating affirmations for yourself, I'll put it in the link. I'll find the app, Carolyn, because I haven't used it for a few years. And I'll put it in the link, the name of it, or I'll put it in the comments here. But I'm offering right now a Mindset Method program. It consists of gratitude, affirmations, and short guided meditations. Yes, Carolyn, chakra meditation. So I'm running this program now. It's online. It's in a private Facebook group. And I'm running it for free for the next, I don't know, however many weeks we need it. Normally I charge $150 for this program. And it's 21 days. I'm running it unlimited. I'm allowing people to join at any time because people need this. They need something. So I'm going to put a link to that group in here. Feel free to join. There's announcements at the beginning of the group, which have a video from me and an overview of the program. I keep it simple. I don't like to complicate things for people. It's all about doing the little things that make the huge changes in our life, huge changes in our mindset, because we own our response to everything. So when we can work on ourselves and learn to respond in love, compassion, and kindness, that's where we want to be in our lives. So I'm going to leave that with you. Have an amazing weekend. Not sure if I'll do a live tomorrow. I'll see. I want to try and get a day to get myself organized here. And then I'll be back here Monday morning. So if anyone's struggling and needs someone to talk to, please feel free to reach out to me. You can message me on here. I usually have my phone with me all the time. So have an inspiring evening and an inspiring weekend. See you Monday.